we're going to talk a bit today about our carbon saving project. And this project exists out of our desire and really our goal to be Scotland's greenest church. And what that means for us is installing energy efficiency measures both in this listed part of our church building and in our newer community halls and offices space. So we started with the basics, and that was loft insulation, LED lighting and replacing windows and doors. And then we moved on to the harder areas. We did underfloor insulation, internal wall insulation, and we also installed some new technologies, one of which is Stratification Fans. And they're in our auditorium where the ceiling height is 15 meters above the floor at its highest point. And they essentially circulate the hot air back down to where you actually want it, which is where you're standing. And that one measure alone cut 30% off the utility bill to heat that area. While we've done energy efficiency improvements, we've also raised money to improve our spaces as well. So our coffee bar is now a fantastic community cafe space that's used for a wide range of events. When we installed insulation in our bathrooms, we ripped those out, put in new bathrooms with disabled access as well. And likewise for our kitchen, we now have a really great kitchen that will just enable us to do more when it comes to community events. As a project, we have already saved over 1,000 tons of CO2. And just to put that in comparison, that's the equivalent of planting over 3,000 trees. So to make such a big difference with one building, we feel is a great example, and we hope that inspires and encourages other churches, community groups and people at home to take similar action.
I think working with Gate Church has been a learning curve for myself, because you've done so much work to the actual physical building here, things I've never heard of, and it's really good that I can then go and speak to other climate groups who may have the same ideas and pass on your details so that you can share that with them.
We're here today to let community-led organisations from Dundee and beyond know about support available through the Scottish Government's Climate Challenge Fund. Gate Church have been great hosts today, and they've let us know more about their Climate Challenge Fund project, which has not only installed energy efficient measures in the community and building here, but also has a load of outreach work going on. So it's helping to tackle fuel poverty in the local area, reduce carbon emissions there, give people access to resources as well. So they've got these fantastic give boxes where members of the community can leave things they don't want, and they can be redistributed amongst community members.
I work for the Gate Church Carbon Saving Project as project coordinator. This year there's two main sides to the project. First is the Give Box scheme, where we have boxes all around Dundee in workplaces, community spaces, just different places that people go and that they'll see the box and they'll think about putting reusable items in, that we can then distribute to different organisations around Dundee that give to people in need. We can really take just about anything and get it reused, and if it's really not reusable, then we get it recycled and we make sure that it doesn't go to the landfill. We're giving these things to the charities that need them the most in Dundee, like Talks for Tots, Lifegate Community Cafe, Dundee Clothing Bank and Starter Packs.
So Starter Packs provides basic household goods for people who are unable to afford to provide them for themselves. So they could be homeless, they could have had a huge crisis in their life, could be somebody coming out of care or the care system and having their first tenancy. We really appreciate the fact that we have started this partnership with the Gate Church, and we have received over 70 kilos of items, goods donated to us by yourselves through your gift box. And this has gone to help an awful lot of people in Dundee.
Up until now we have about 11 boxes out around the city, with more coming in the weeks to come. We keep an up-to-date map of the Give Box locations on our Facebook page so that people can see where they can go to drop off the items. We're also using a car club, and we can hire an electric vehicle there. This means that we don't have to create any extra carbon through what we're doing in the project. And we use this for collecting items from the Give Box locations and then dropping them off to the charities again. Gate Church has been taking part in the reuse side of the project for a few years now, and so far we've redistributed 1,239 kilos of items to the charities that we're helping. The second part of the project is the Green Home Makeovers, where we go to people's homes and we make them more energy efficient and we try and save them some money. The church has been doing this for a couple of years, and so far we've helped 146 people become more energy efficient in their home. This year we've started working with Dundee Food Bank to identify those who would get the most benefit from saving energy in their homes. So I spend 2 days a week there meeting people who are in food poverty, because obviously a lot of them have to make the choice nowadays whether it's food that they buy or whether they heat their homes. So we've done a few home visits for some of the volunteers at the food bank, which have been really successful, and we thought it would be a good idea so that they can advise people that come into the food bank or recommend it to them, so that we can really have a bigger impact.
As a volunteer in the Dundee Food Bank, I meet many people who could really do with additional help, not just food, but advice. And advice on energy savings, I think, would be a huge plus for most of them.
During the home visit we offer a range of free measures, so LED light bulbs, a hot water tank jacket and an energy monitor, so they can really see what's being used in the home at any given time. We also go through the comparison sites with people, because some people feel a bit uneasy about it, and it's really not as difficult as what people think. So far we've managed to save people quite a lot of money, some of them hundreds of pounds actually per year. We've been guided on this by Home Energy Scotland, which is a Scottish Government organisation. They offer free impartial advice to anyone who wants to improve their home energy efficiency or save money, make sure they're on the right tariff, things like that. So we can refer our clients to them for extra help. Maybe it's a new boiler or help with insulation. It depends on their situation and their home, but that can be a real big help for some of them.
One of our most important aspects of the project is to encourage more people to volunteer. And we've had some incredibly generous people give their time so far. We've had 115 volunteers contribute 2,144 hours to the project. This year we're looking for help with our reuse activities. We're asking people to come in and help us sort the donations we receive so that we can make sure that the right things get to the right people and that the community as a whole can benefit from the items that we're reusing. A really important part of the project is that we create a legacy so that the work we're doing can continue to benefit our community even after the funding's finished. A great example of that is Yummy Mummies. Last year that was our mother and toddler group. We were providing the mums with a low-carbon soup lunch and helping them to reduce food waste at home. That was run by our community worker. It's now completely led by volunteers. So in the future, what we really want to do is keep building on this community work and the improvements that we've made to our building to become Scotland's greenest church.